That little saw just went through a 2x4 like it was cardboard. And further down this list, there's a nail gun that shingles a whole roof, and a winch that picks 1,100 pounds straight off your garage floor. 13 new tools on Amazon. Every one of them linked below. Hit subscribe so you don't miss the next batch. And let's get into it. Let's start with the one everybody asks about. A full-size circular saw is heavy. It's awkward. Honestly, for most jobs around the house, it's just overkill. That's where this mini circular saw comes in. It spins a 4.5-inch blade at 3,400 RPM, and it cuts about 1 11/16 of an inch deep at 90 degrees. So a 2x4 is no problem at all. There's a laser guide, so you can follow a pencil line one-handed, and the base tilts over to 45 degrees for bevels. Gone? That small blade means shallow cuts, so it's not replacing a big saw for framing. But for plywood, trim, PVC, and soft metal, this is the one you'll actually reach for. Now, if you own a chainsaw, you already know this. A dull chain doesn't cut, it burns. And hauling it to a shop every couple of weeks gets old fast. This is the SEESII electric chainsaw sharpener kit, and it spins up to 35,000 RPM with 6 upgraded diamond bits, 5/30 seconds, 3/16, and 7/30 seconds, so it covers pretty much every common chain size. The collet locks the bit down solid, and that little angle guide screws right on, so you're hitting the exact same angle on every single tooth instead of eyeballing it. Gone? You're still doing each tooth by hand. It's not automatic. But 5 minutes with this, and a burnout chain is throwing chips again. This next one's niche, but if it's your thing, you're going to love it. Hammering decorative tacks in a furniture by hand is brutal. You bend half of them, you dent the leather, and it takes forever. The KAMSIN 1170 is a pneumatic decorative nailer built for exactly that job. It drives 7/16-inch deco tacks in straight and flush, one trigger pull at a time, and you swap the barrel sleeve to match the tack head so nothing gets marked up. Gone? It's air-powered, so you need a compressor, and it really only does the one job. But for upholstery, sofa trim, leather work, and craft projects, the finish this thing leaves is genuinely professional. Alright, here's the one nobody thinks about, right up until their saw starts burning the wood. Pitch and resin build up on the blade, the teeth stop biting, and you throw out a blade that was never actually worn out. It was just filthy. MICROJIG's Blade Clean is a full blade and router bit cleaning system. Sealed tub, you drop the blade in, fill it with cleaner, give it a soak and a scrub, and the gunk lifts straight off. There's a caddy built into the lid for router bits and small cutters too, and it seals up so your solution isn't evaporating between uses. Gone? It's a big chunk of plastic taking up bench space. But a clean blade cuts like a sharp one for a fraction of the money. Now, this one's a proper workhorse. If you've ever hand-nailed shingles, you know it's a full day on your knees with a shoulder that hates you by lunchtime. The Toolant 15-degree Coil Roofing Nailer takes that job down to minutes. It holds 120 nails in the coil, it drives 3/4 inch all the way up to 1 3/4 inch nails, and it runs anywhere from 70 to 120 psi. Depth adjustment is tool-free, so you dial the nail flush without digging out a wrench. Gone? It's pneumatic, so you're dragging a hose and a compressor up onto the roof with you. But for shingles, fencing, and wood siding, nothing else keeps that kind of pace. And here's the exact opposite tool. Pulling old nails out of pallet wood or reclaimed lumber with a cat's paw is slow, and you'll wreck half the board doing it. The KAMSIN BD70 is a pneumatic nail puller. You put the muzzle over the exposed nail, squeeze the trigger, and compressed air punches it straight back out the way it came in. It handles nails from 1 inch up to about 2 3/4 inches, rusted ones included, and there's a dual trigger plus an adjustable guard, so it can't fire by accident. Gone? Again, you're tied to a compressor. But if you break down pallets or reclaim timber, this turns an afternoon of swearing into about 10 minutes. Okay, less exciting, but hear me out, because this one saves your back. Crouching next to a car or a low bench for an hour is punishment, and an upturned bucket is not a solution. The FREEKYROCK rolling shop stool is pneumatic height adjustable. It spins a full 360, and it's rated to 330 pounds. There's a padded backrest handle you can actually lean into, tray underneath for the sockets you keep losing, and smooth casters so you scoot along the job instead of standing up every 30 seconds. Con? Those casters don't love gravel or a rough concrete pour. But on a proper garage floor, it's the cheapest comfort upgrade you can buy. Now if you've got a driveway, a patio, or a shop floor, this beats a broom every single time. Sweeping leaves and grit by hand takes forever, and you end up chasing the same pile around in circles. This VEVOR walk-behind push sweeper is completely non-electric. No battery, no cord, no fuel, nothing to charge. You just push it, and the wheels spin 2 side brushes that funnel everything into a 5-gallon bin. Sweeping width is 25.6 inches, so a driveway is only a couple of passes, and the handle folds flat for storage. Con? It won't touch wet, matted down leaves. But on dry debris, it's about 5 times faster than a broom, and you're not breathing the dust. This one genuinely surprised me. A tape measure needs 2 hands and a friend, and a basic laser only gives you 1 number at a time. The HOZO M Cube is modular. The main unit clicks onto a smart planner module with a magnet, and suddenly it's drawing your floor plan for you as you walk the room. It reaches out to 164 feet. It's accurate to about 1/8 of an inch, and that 360 joystick lets you grab corners and angles without repositioning the whole thing. There are dozens of built-in scales as well, so it converts as you go. Con? Modular means you'll want the other modules, and that adds up quickly. But for quoting a job or planning a remodel, it's a serious time saver. Reciprocating saws are brilliant, right up until you have to use one overhead or inside a stud bay. Then they're big, heavy, 2-handed monsters. The WORX Nitro 20-volt compact reciprocating saw fixes that. Brushless motor for around 50% longer runtime, a 1-inch stroke, and it's light enough to genuinely run one-handed in a spot where a full-size saw just will not fit. Variable speed trigger, tool-free blade change, and there's an LED right on the nose lighting up the cut. Con? It's tool only, so you're buying a battery if you're not already on the PowerShare platform. But for plumbing, remodel demo, and flush cuts, that size is the entire point. Now, this is the one I'd actually spend real money on. On a job site, you're always short of outlets, and there's never light where you're working. The Klein Tools PowerHub does both at once. 6 surge-protected, covered 15-amp outlets for USB ports for phones and chargers, and a 5,000 lumen work light on top that rotates down to aim exactly where you need it. GFCI is built in, so you're not hunting around for an adapter, and the cord wraps into the frame instead of into a knot in the back of the van. Con? It's not cheap, and it's a chunk to carry. But if you're running tools and lights all day, it replaces a light stand, a power strip, and an extension reel in one trip. Getting near the end now, and this one is just plain fun. A gas chainsaw for a bit of branch trimming is loud. It's messy, and it never starts when you actually want it to. This is a 12-inch brushless cordless chainsaw that runs straight off DeWalt 20-volt and 60-volt batteries. So if you're already on that platform, you're done. Brushless means more cuts per charge and a lot less heat. There's an automatic oiler keeping the chain fed, and a security lock so it can't fire up while it's rolling around in the truck. Con? It's tool only, and 12 inches is a limbing bar, not a felling bar. But for storm cleanup, firewood, and pruning, it starts instantly, every time. And we're finishing with the heavyweight. Wrestling an engine, a pallet of tile, or a hay bale up onto a rack is a two-person job that usually ends in a bad back. The VEVOR 3-in-1 electric hoist is a 1,500-watt winch that lifts up to 1,100 pounds with a pulley as high as about 25 feet, and you drive it with a wired switch or a wireless remote from clear across the shop. All-copper motor, galvanized steel cable, a forged steel hook with a safety latch, and a limit switch that stops it before it over-travels. Con? It's a 110-volt mains tool, so you're staying near an outlet. But bolt this to a beam in your garage, and you'll wonder how you ever managed without it. That's all 13, and every single one is linked down in the description. If I'm only grabbing two, it's that mini circular saw and the Klein PowerHub. They're the ones I genuinely use every week. Tell me which one you'd pick first down in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.